Hey everybody, welcome to Stealthy Elf Productions. My name is David, and I'm going to be your GM this evening. We're going to play some Pathfinder 2nd Edition, but before we do, let's go around the table. Let's say hello to our cast of players. Friends, family, if you guys could just introduce yourself for your folks at home.
Family.
And Hannah was saying that she wants us to do little factoid questions. So, okay. What is your character's favorite smell? Let's start with
Okay. Favorite smell. Am I starting?
You started out.
Okay. What's up? I'm Hannah. I'm playing Paminia Knackle. And Paminia's favorite smell is the smell of wood on a ship.
Shipwood.
Shipwood.
Shipwood's the best wood.
Love me some
Best
good
wood.
hard
Best
shipwood.
Get the best wood on a ship.
Don't we all?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What I've heard.
Shipwood.
Brian told me that.
Max.
I am Max, and I'm playing Edenor. And clearly, there's really only one true option for Edenor. It's got to be frankincense.
Oh,
You know?
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The smell of faith.
No.
Hashtag
The smell of faith.
The smell of ritual.
Wouldn't that be sage?
No, frankincense.
No, man.
I have no idea what that is.
It's
What do you think?
look
He's a
up
pagan?
frankincense. It's for Catholics.
It's Christian
Yeah,
sage,
come on
man.
now.
Just
We're not
order a whole bunch of frankincense to your house.
I got it. I'll look this up on the side.
Frankincense is very expensive, actually. It's one of the most expensive
While
oils.
you're
right.
Googling this, Nigel, say who you are.
That's why I love it.
Hello, I'm Nigel. I am playing Lunazra Elwins, and I would say her favorite scent is ocean breeze.
Wow, that's
Oh.
unfortunate.
Like that Sonoma candle?
Yeah,
That sucks for you.
being like, you know, right next to the ocean every day of her life, and then having it taken away.
Brutal.
It's nostalgic.
I could just use
Apocalypse sucks.
prestidigitation, though, to bring it back.
Precipitation.
Is this why Luna's so brooding?
Definitely.
Ollie, who you be?
Yeah.
Right. So my name is Rula Alejandro Gonzalez Rodriguez. You can call me Ali or Lycus. And Lycus's favorite smell is a party. Grilled meat, booze, debauchery. The smell of that all together. What a night. Perfect.
I love that.
Weird like this. The advantage of going last is you get to think about your answer.
Yeah. All I could come up with was shipwood.
That's beautiful.
Yeah,
That's
I guess.
the smell of home is what you're saying.
Home is where the adventure takes me.
Yeah.
Were you going to say ship? Did you start with wood and then have to think of something afterwards? Or did you know it's going to be ship?
I don't remember. I blacked out.
I panicked.
Hey, just checking.
I think I was going to say something about the Irenwud. But then I was, whatever. Anyway,
I'll
let's
give you
play.
guys one NPC.
Let's roll some dice.
One NPC to know what's their favorite scent.
Clink.
What's Clink's favorite
They're
scent?
relevant.
Clink's favorite scent is probably. What'd you say?
Fear.
Beer?
Fear.
Here.
Beer? Oh, yeah, the scent of beer. I don't know if that's Clink's favorite scent as much as it's just like.
Clink's
Something
been,
smells
usual.
often.
Something like
Stockholm
charcoal.
syndrome. It's like
Or
Stockholm
phosphorus.
syndrome there.
I was gonna say Clink was an airship captain. Clink probably.
What does an explosion smell like?
Clink likes shipwood too.
Clink
like
likes shipwood as well.
Trying to
No,
get people to join your cult.
Yeah. Pim is going to start her own cult.
Frankincense.
the cult of the
Ooh,
shipwood.
rival cults.
True.
Cult fight.
I feel like there's a pop-out session for that.
Yar. Okay.
You're the doers.
All right, guys. So we are going to be playing some Pathfinder 2nd Edition at some point tonight. this is part of our Heroes of Histaeria campaign. This is Sandsea Saga. This is one of 3 campaigns set in our home world, our homebrew world of Histaeria. There's also Unearthed Inheritance, which starts up again next week. And then there is New World Rebellion, which we play once every year at ElfCon. The first session and the 0 sessions are all on YouTube. Go check it out. I think, as far as announcements, we also, in 2025, now have a podcast.
Woohoo! Yeah, hit us on Spotify.
It's a podcast. Yeah, we are on, Ollie, where are we on? It's Spotify?
For now, Spotify, but by the end of the week, it should be Spotify, Apple Play, Google Play, or whatever the fuck that's called now, and a few others.
Amazing.
Cool. Yeah, so yeah, go look us up. I'm sure we'll have links or names of what it is. Probably Heroes of Histaeria or something. And then I think that's it for announcements. Any other announcements?
I almost burped right into the mic, but I stopped myself.
That would have been a nice announcement.
Savages.
Victory.
I panicked.
Yar. Tales Archive. Go check out Tales Archive. No Realm Celeste starts back up again tomorrow. So you can catch us over there, and I will be there where I play Whistle, the Hobgoblin Fighter. All right. So now we know everybody's favorite smell.
Very important.
Let's hop back into the Irenwud, and this session's recap is brought to us by the good captain himself. And Ollie, if I remember correctly, we said you think up this recap. This recap comes to you as Lycus is being marched down the hall of his own ship.
Well, we were seeing the group march down the hall of his own ship, and you hear, as a voiceover, a captain's log entry from many, many moons in the future.
All right, Captain Kirk, let's go.
Date and location.
Captain's log. Date unknown. Location Irenwud. We've been chasing the setting sun, and we found dusk. At our doorstep was war. With entrances the gods would be pleased of, and jealous. We take storm, kill the enemy, and leave the locals swooning. Once we make it to town, it is not long before trouble finds us. The crew splits up. Luna, going by Muna for a moment, and Pim, otherwise known as Mip, go on a detective's adventure, unraveling the dark mysteries of the Irenwud. Vampires have infested this little nation. City? I don't know what this is, actually. Meanwhile, Adenor and myself are left for more diplomatic endeavors. We meet with Lenza. She is a difficult individual. We've come to an agreement. Unfortunately, not long thereafter, we must break one of those almost immediately. Not our fault. Circumstances were imminent and pressing. We did what we could. We did what we must. In the meantime, the girls went on an epic mission to secure the most dangerous of weapons. For some reason, everyone seems to think that was a bad idea, but I don't really... The girls succeeded in their incredible mission. It gave us time to chase after Luna, kidnapped by the... what was his name? Rallo Ravioli. Nope. God, I don't know. The Vampire Man. We chase him down just to find Luna, having murdered her assailant. Of course, that's not the end of that. We had more murder to commit that night. Another horde of goblins and their allies. We made swift work of them, honestly. I honestly wasn't that bad. The lava, though? Oh, right. So after that, we went into a tunnel. There was lava. We dealt with that. Oh, God, the nebula. Fuck, man, a lot happened. Honestly, the worst part is, like, afterwards, we came back to the ship, and everything was fucking ruined. And now, like, everyone seems to be captured, and, like, we're up against Lenza again, and Clink is there, and, oh, God, they're beat to shit. Oh, my God, I think I'm about to start a war. Fuck. All right, let's get back to it.
I really hope it
Nice.
was written like that verbatim, just like in a journal. It's just written, rambling on.
Yeah.
From the future.
Ravioli? Ravioli?
Ravioli.
Ravioli? No.
Clink's
Crossing
pizza
it
shit.
out.
And get back to it, we will. Okay, you guys are in your own stateroom on your own ship, having been escorted here by Tiff, a ranger companion from earlier. You see Lensa, the commander of the Ironborn Rangers, who, as Lycus correctly recalled, you guys struck a deal with just a couple hours ago. A handful of hours ago. And a very beaten and manacled Clink, your goblin crewmate. And as you all entered, Clink blurts out that Khonari escaped and that she took the weapon. And Lycus, your captain's log kind of comes to a point right there as Clink is looking right at you, her eyes wide and frantic. You can see clearly bruises blooming on her face, some dried blood trickling, over her nose and lip. And you can see Lensa sitting, not sitting actually, kind of like standing behind the table in your stateroom, as she kind of like cut eyes and looks down at Clink and goes, "Well, that's more out of you than I've had all evening."
I think like everyone starts to notice that around like his aura starts to kind of glow, and his hair starts to stand on end as he takes a step forward. Like you can almost see his claws starting to protrude. What have you done to my crew?
Pim will run up to Clink and start trying to unbind her.
Lensa will step back and see you kind of struggling with the manacles for a little bit and say, "Here, this will make things a bit easier," and pass you the key.
She snatches it and unlocks Clink. Are you okay?
Oh, thanks, Pim. I've been better. Things kind of went to shit.
All right. We're gonna need some answers here. Captain, permission to make everyone tell the truth.
Please.
All right. Pim casts Ring of Truth.
Ring of Truth?
Ring of Truth.
What is
The
a
Ring of Truth.
Precious.
No lies up in this bitch.
So,
No lies up in this bitch.
Ring of Truth. You designate an area. It's basically all of us in this room. Creatures in the area take a -2 status penalty to deception checks. Each time a creature in the area speaks a true statement, the soft ring of a bell sounds in the area. Creatures are aware of the magic. Therefore, they can avoid answering the questions to which they would normally respond with a lie, or they can be evasive as long as they remain within the boundaries of the truth. And then it's a will save. So if they succeed on the will save, well, let's just roll our will saves and I'll tell you all. Whatever
Hope
we
we
got.
know if someone succeeds.
This thing pulled up the item, not the spell. What the heck is the spell?
What's your spell save DC? Just out of curiosity.
25.
Oh, there it is.
Holy shit.
Yeah. I'm a
Gee, mine's
master.
Wills.
Okay, you designate an area which. Sorry, I process better when I read.
No,
myself.
I understand. That was for the podcast listeners.
Thanks, podcast.
Do you put your
Listener.
finger like along the words as well? So like
Yeah,
make sure you don't
and
lose
I
track
lick
where it
my
is.
finger before I turn a page.
On the PC.
PC.
Yeah, before I click anything on the mouse, I lick my fingertip first.
Click.
All
Yo,
right.
click and lick.
So I
Click and lick.
need
I was I
Will
was gonna roll the will
saves.
saves. All right. Can they
Well, I
just
got a
choose
35.
Yeah, you can.
Oh,
I'm
oh,
in.
yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna say
gonna
you
just see
can
what they get.
choose to fail, right, David?
Yeah, you can choose to fail.
If no one's hiding.
But you don't know. It's not like it's not like Zone of Truth in D&D where you know who failed.
Yeah.
I rolled a 17.
Yeah, no, everybody gets a will save. Okay. What did you say the
25 is the DC.
25 is the DC? Okay. Let me just pull up some sheets real quick and take a look at some things.
Oh.
Okay.
I see Lenza is looking to fight this will save.
I don't see anything that says you can voluntarily fail. So I'm just gonna.
No, it
assume that
doesn't.
they're-
But
Yeah. Because Clink is also rolled. Or I mean,
well, if anybody wants
I have
to
two
just
NPCs that
automatically
are good.
fail, couldn't we?
I mean, yeah.
Can we allow
I'll
that?
happily fail.
You can.
I mean,
gonna
with your roll, you did fail, so
I know, but like I would have had it.
Right,
I would have been
right,
down
right,
to fail
right.
anyways.
Okay.
definitely.
I would have
saying
passed it
that.
if I could.
I will tell you, I have 2 NPCs in here.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know if they're under the effects of the spell or not. Right?
So okay, but I do have a bell that's gonna sound.
Oh, so the bell won't ring if they're telling the truth or a
No,
lie.
it won't ring if they tell a lie. It only rings for a true statement.
Only rings for so the bell rings for a true statement.
Right.
But if they're not
and-
affected, it won't ring at all, will it?
Well, there's differing levels of success. So there's a success and there's
They
critical
roll,
success.
I think they roll each time they attempt to lie.
No, it's each time you enter the area, or if you're in the area when the spell is cast.
Look at the eyes are locked on that text.
Yeah.
She's locked in. You didn't use your finger. That's why you didn't.
Okay.
You missed the part. You lost
I'll
track.
just tell you then. I have their results. Okay, let's go. I know what their results are.
Okay.
So go for it.
All right.
Clink, you tell us what happened.
Blink looks around, pulls up to the table, sits on the chair, and goes, "Well, I moved Khonari, just like the captain and Nor asked. We went to the magazine, and I had her chained up to a cannon. Just it was big and heavy, she can move it. Yeah, I was keeping an eye on her. Things were going pretty well, pretty uneventful, and then Sarah and Yoma came in, and
Oop.
well,
Hydrate. Thanks, Max.
Sarah and Yoma, they came in, and, well, Khonari and Yoma, it looked like they had some kind of, well, actually,
Is it dinging so far for the
so
statements?
far, like, yeah, I would say there's been like a clear bell.
Ding.
But as Clink says, I just got really frustrated with Khonari.
About what?
I didn't like the fact that she was talking to Yoma. So I went over and, well, I struck her to teach her a lesson, And
You hit Khonari?
I don't know what happened. I did.
Ding.
No.
No.
No ding. And basically, I think Khonari got free when she was jostled around. I'm not sure, but next thing I know, she wasn't manacled anymore. She beat me up. She beat up the girls. She bit them.
Is there a ding?
Dings.
These are dinging.
Beat up the girls.
Did she
And-
tie you up, or did Lenza do this?
I was unconscious after that. When I woke up,
Okay.
the girls were taken away.
And when was this? When did this
Few
all go
hours
down?
ago.
A few hours ago? Lenza, when did you get on the ship? How did you find out?
Well, reports came to me that the water drake had been deployed. Naturally, I came to figure out why the fuck that happened. And when I arrived, your ship was in chaos. Children, injured, poisoned, no less. And the goblin, unconscious. A prisoner escaped. Your herbalist insisted on aid, and of course we provided. She has been escorted to the Dryad, Faraf and Farin, and the children have received treatment. But
So the girls are okay.
when last I heard, they were fine.
All these dinging?
Ding, 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 ding.
Okay.
It's like jingle bells.
Okay.
From what I understand, they were poisoned. They were, all three of them, bitten by this prisoner.
I see.
The herbalist reported that the young child, the younger of the two, managed to cast a spell and sustain the goblin's life. Quite talented for one such a tender age.
Where are the girls now?
They are at the Dryad's camp.
Ding?
Up, yeah.
And they're safe.
It's within the boundaries of the Ironwood. It is safe. And your herbalist is with them. She insisted on staying at their side.
Who's our herbalist again?
Martha Holloway.
Oh yeah, Martha. Martha. Okay. So when you got here,
Did you say Clink was already tied up?
No, that was my doing. When I got here, I tried to figure out what was going on. I had questions, and your crew were being rather evasive. No one could tell me where either of you were, nods to both Edenor and Lycus. No one can tell me why the water drake was deployed. No one can tell me why a prisoner was out of a cell. And apparently, looks at Clink, she is in the possession of some sort of weapon.
Unfortunately.
how did she
this
get
is-
it? How did she get that?
It was hidden in, unfortunately, the same location she was being detained for the moment.
She may have also forced the girls to tell her where it was. She can be very persuasive.
All right, well, I think we need.
Did
Yeah.
you explain the parameters of the spell to everybody?
No.
Like we'll just off screen. Okay.
No, I just said permission to make everyone tell the truth.
But you guys
I mean, they've been hearing the bell.
They've been hearing the bell, but you guys also know that Clink.
Right. It didn't ding
Haven't
for.
addressed that yet.
And it was when Clink said,
She hit her.
that
she
that
hit
Khonari hit. Oh, that Clink
No,
hit
yeah,
Khonari.
Clink attacked Khonari.
Clink, I'm going to ask you something really important, and I want you to know that you can't lie to me right now.
What? Clink looks pretty shocked.
Yeah. Did
I'm
you?
blue. No ding.
Did you? Yeah, it works. Did you help Khonari escape?
When you ask that question, Lensa kind of turns around and you can see she kind of, I think Edenor and Lycus, all of you, maybe not Pimp so much, not being, a very martial character, but those of you who know fighters, right? You can see as Lensa kind of, almost like a cat stalking prey, rounds on Clink before Clink can answer this question, or as Clink is answering this question.
Sensing the killing intent.
Oh yeah, you're sensing killing intent.
Can I stand kind of opposite of her? Like, letting her know if she does anything, I will also respond.
Yeah, I'd say
Posturing,
so.
interesting.
The two
know
of you
it's
kind of
just gonna step back
posturing
and
over
watch for
Clink.
now.
Okay. Pim, your question was,
Did you help Khonari escape?
I didn't help Khonari escape. Ding.
Okay.
I gotta remember to ding.
Yeah. Did
I
you?
promise I didn't help Khonari escape.
Okay.
Pim, do you mind if I ask Clink a question?
Please do.
Clink. It's okay if you weren't able to stop her. I just need to know. Did this happen because we made bad decisions and because you could not protect the ship? Or was Khonari simply more prepared than we thought? Did you try to stop her? Or
I
was she
tried to
afraid?
stop her. I promise I tried to stop her. But she's a good fighter.
Ding.
Ding.
Okay.
All right.
She
That's
was
fine with me.
I
have a question for Clink.
mm,
Why was Khonari not gagged?
she was.
But you said that she said something to you,
She
and then you smacked her.
she I
Don't
getting
say face,
very
just-
nervous is Clink.
Did you ungag Khonari? Yes or no?
She was gagged. She was
Did you
gagged.
ungag her?
No, I didn't.
Did one of the girls ungag her?
Well, was there a ding though first?
Yeah. Yeah, ding.
So it did
Um,
ding. Okay.
Ding ding.
Did Sarah do it? Did Sarah or Yoma?
Which one is she close with?
Yoma.
Ungag her.
Sarah didn't ungag her. No ding. Sorry, no, sorry. I fucked up. Yoma didn't ungag her. No ding.
Oh.
All right.
Still believes that Khonari would help her find her dad.
Yeah.
Quick timeout.
Mhm.
Lycus. Because I think you guys know that yes, she does need like verbal components to like do spells and stuff. But you guys
And bite people.
yeah. But you guys might be forgetting that she also does have some telepathic power. Like
Yeah.
she has,
Yeah.
so she
All right.
doesn't need to be gagged to communicate.
Right.
Okay.
I
But
wasn't
being
sure that
gagged does
transferred
keep-
to 2E.
Yeah.
But the spells, she can't
Luckily,
do spells.
yeah. So she can't do spells. Yeah, exactly. She can't do verbal components. But something's fishy about
Yeah.
what Clink is telling you. I'll just tell you guys that right now. There's something fishy about Clink's story.
Tell us the
And Lenza
full
knows this.
account.
And Lenza is moving in slowly. I would say like taking a step forward.
Lenza, give us a moment here to fish out some more information.
Sorry about the motorbike. What's wrong with the ship?
Yeah. The damn
She's gonna
air
blow!
pipes again.
She's
No.
blah, blah. Lenza
Neighborhood.
Lenza goes, absolutely not.
We
I
have
insist
to
on-
figure out, and we are still. I don't want you to eliminate anyone here before we can get the proper information.
No one's getting eliminated. Lenza?
As long as they're honest.
They've
Yes,
been honest so
as
far.
long as they're honest.
Clink looks. Edenor, you kind of echo the as long as they're honest. Would you like an intimidation check here, my friend?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do a
Keep
coercion.
Clink honest.
I would like to do the coercion action too.
Coercion.
Coercion? That
Yeah.
sounds appropriate.
I would
So-
like to coerce.
I would like to make you very scared, so you listen to me and do what I want you to do.
That's how it works.
while he's doing that, I have a new ability from the transfer over to Demiplane. Could I use Intimidating Glare?
Sure. On
Lenza.
You want to double
Lenza.
intimidate?
No, you're trying to intimidate Lenza. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, back
All right.
off, let us handle this.
Yeah. This is our space.
Well-
You're a guest here.
Okay.
So, and with that, I have sustained coercion, so it's a 35.
Woo!
Okay. 35 is a critical success for Clink.
So Clink is coerced for 7 days. So
Clink is 7 days coerced by
7
Edenor,
days.
to be
That's
honest.
a ridiculous, stupid number.
Lord almighty.
Clink is going to spend the next week being as honest as possible to Edenor.
That's really funny.
But let me also get the intimidation result from Lycus here. As Lycus, you're shooting daggers. I imagine Clink kind of in the middle, Pim, like Clink sitting on a chair, Pim standing in front, being very empath. Lensa on one side, Lycus on the other, and the two glaring at each other.
Yeah. His eyes are like glowing that gold light with a 31.
31. Okay.
Very good.
31. And you said this was Intimidating Glare?
Yeah.
Now this is against a will DC. I knew Max's was going to beat Clink's, no problem. Clink is a pretty small little creature, but Lensa's got some decent stats. So I just want to double check the mechanics here. How intimidated would Lensa actually get with Intimidating Glare? What'd I do?
How intimidating is she?
Where is Intimidating Glare?
I've got that one too. I can pull it up.
When you do demoralize, okay, so you just don't need to demoralize, and then demoralize. I think just makes you frightened, but it's against a will DC. Is that what
I
it's
think
against?
so. That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your you rolled a 31? Was it or
Yeah.
32?
No, 31.
31 against her will DC. Okay, that is a success.
Okay.
That is a success. Not a critical success, but it is a success. I would say Lensa stops moving forward, doesn't back off, but stops advancing.
Okay.
Blink is highly intimidated by Edenor and says, Okay. Look, Yoma's a good kid, all right? I didn't want to get her in trouble. That's all, okay? So just, please, don't put her in trouble. Looks pleadingly to all of you.
Depends.
You might
I
be
don't know.
grounded.
I don't know what Khonari said to her. It was through her head, and it must have gotten under her skin, and she decided she wanted to show off. She came over, started beating on Khonari, knocked out the gag, and then next thing we know, Khonari escaped, managed to overpower her. I tried to get involved. She bit me, took me down, poisoned me, and then did the same to the girls. I was not going to make it, but then Sarah managed to stabilize me, but was still unfortunately taken out herself. Then Khonari escaped. She knew about the thing. She made Yoma tell her about the looks at Lensa, the one that you wanted the girls to hide.
Yes. Well,
So, we gotta find the girls, I think, and ask them some questions. And,
let's track Khonari.
yeah, we also need to find Khonari.
I think Khonari takes precedent. The girls will be okay. Martha's with them.
Lenza.
And I don't know if
Okay.
they would have any more information.
Okay.
My ranges are also protecting the Fenfar intent, just in case she decided to come back and try to finish the job.
Was anybody seen leaving the ship? I presume you still had some people staring at the ship.
We did. Amidst the chaos, she managed to sneak off. They didn't catch any solid glimpse of her. She was rather stealthy.
Give us a direction. Where do we go?
I don't have any. I don't know where she is.
Perhaps
Now,
someone saw. Maybe we should ask around. There's some, there's like the shop
before we
and
go
stuff.
much further, I have questions of my own.
That's fair.
Why was the water drake deployed? Do you realize that you left my town exposed by doing this?
We were solving one of your town's problems. We understand what's happening to the missing people. We've already solved one of your mysteries. Ralavin, he looks around, right?
Ravioli.
Sounds right. Ravioli.
Right. Correct. Ravioli. He's been turning your people into vampires. Thralls that he can control, turning them against the population itself. Possibly with the conquering host, possibly as a separate entity.
What is a vampire? And who is this Ralavin?
He's the guild leader of a guild from Azafast. Eyes of Vendola. Don't know how prevalent that name is outside of Azafast.
I'm unfamiliar.
That's who you're dealing with.
But it sounds impressive.
And a vampire is just a somewhat undead creature. In most cases. Slightly.
Unholy abominations. Fear not. For Tazrin will protect.
She
I
kind of
elbow
stumbles back.
at Nora a little bit. Unholy. Not abominations, just unholy.
Abomination.
Luna just smirks. You're telling me that some highly dangerous guild leader from Azafast is turning people into unholy undead abominations in my town?
Yes.
While a goblin army waits at our doorstep.
Yes.
As far as we understand, yeah.
That's why we asked the Water Drake to take us to deal with this. As we had problems. No, we found an ambush of goblins. We killed them, and
He smiles.
It was quite fun.
Adenor smiles too.
we actually have one. We actually kept one. Not a prisoner, a convert. Hopefully they might have some information for us in the future.
Another convert.
Of course.
Interrogating. Fear not.
We believe that everyone has potential.
Pim believes that everyone has potential.
Him and Lycus believe that everyone has a chance for a second chance.
Yeah.
Now,
We should also
If you
mention
haven't-
where we found them, by the way.
yes, they're in the Neblins camp.
Thank you. Was not coming to me.
Someone should mention. Not
Someone
me.
should mention the thing I don't remember.
Yep.
I'd heard Umpin had a secret workshop somewhere in the Iron Hills. Is that...
He doesn't anymore.
But you found Gina? And I would say this, you guys can also hear, without any sort of perception check, loud crying, pained crying from below decks. Like I said, handed Gina's body to her sister.
Yes, it's very likely that is the wailing of her sister. Now, why don't we start doing something about Khonari before she gets too far away? Our people are currently captured by some of the conquering host. We might very well need our weapon to get them back.
It's another thing that we found out upon our journey.
They were out searching for Neblin, and unfortunately were caught.
That's how we were ambushed by the goblins.
She might not be gone forever, right?
Who?
Gina?
Remember how I said they were being turned into vampires?
Gina's being turned into one of these unholy undead abominations.
Yes.
Why don't you come see? It might be better for you to understand.
Very well. You said you have companions captured by members of the Conquering Host.
Yes, we are not physically prepared to take them on at the moment. We need to rest and get back our weapons. But once we do, we're gonna go free them.
Well,
You're free to help if you want.
I'd offer any help I can. Just let's see what you can learn from your new prisoner. And if you are able to get a name, the Conquering Host has numerous camps hidden throughout the Iron Hills. My rangers have scouted the locations of several, and we have a few maps of their operations of several camps. If perhaps your crew is held in one of those, I can offer you at least the lay of the land before you would approach.
That would be helpful.
Yes. All right. Let's get it moving. We don't want to waste any time.
Okay. You said this, you guys kind of walk and talk that part as you were making your way towards Gina.
Yeah. Why don't you guys show her where Gina is? I'm gonna tend to Clink for a moment.
Sure.
That's with a heal.
Okay. Gina, we'll say Lycus, Clink, the two of you have the stateroom as the rest of the party begins to kind of file out.
I want to very quietly whisper to Clink. Like, I want to get up to them and offer them a heal. Like, do you need healing? Or are you okay?
I'll live. I mean, I've been better, but I'll walk it off. I'm sorry about the girls.
Right now, things are tense. You need Lenza, possibly. But, Clink, you tell me, if she hurt you, I'll make sure she never does again.
She didn't hurt me, but she wasn't too gentle either.
Okay. Okay.
Thanks for looking out, though, Captain. If she does cross that line, yeah, I'll let you know. And I want a piece of her, too.
Okay. Clink, like I said before, you don't have to be strong to be a leader. You need power. If that comes from your mind, your anything, you need to make sure that you're ready to protect your own ship soon against people like Khonari. You did your best, and I thank you for that.
Better give Yoma the same speech, Cap. She was, I don't know
Oh,
what
I will
Khonari
make
said
you-
got her all worked up, but she went pretty crazy.
Yeah.
It's walking around like she's got something to prove.
Yeah. Don't worry. I'll work that out of her right as soon as we see her. That kid's gonna do push-ups until she fucking dies. Okay. You see, like, all this hair was still, like, on end.
Mhm.
And, like, the tufts of his fur, his hair actually just, like, start to calm down as he is relieved of that pressure. Okay. Now it's only 4 incredibly daunting issues to take care of.
Yeah, things aren't really going our way, are they, Cap? And you guys are just kind of walking, talking. The rest of the party, Pim, Edenor, and Luna, you guys are able to follow the sound of crying and wailing down into the ship's hold. Just that kind of space outside of the brig. Pim, you know this space pretty well. This is where Martha has been teaching you a little bit of, a little bit of medicine, right? there's a table here. It once held the torchbearer of Jane Malsum, who was pretty injured after you guys rescued him from a bunch of monkey cultists. That table now holds a small body, or upon it rests a small body. A white cloth draped over it. And at its side is a pink-haired gnome who you all know as Blurreed. She has a companion at her side, a rather tall, lanky, gray rabbit folk, who's kind of massaging her shoulder, as the two are just crying. And as you walk in, Blurreed just looks back at you all and goes, just shakes her head. She doesn't even have words. Pen steps in. Thank you guys for bringing her home. I wish it was under better circumstances, of course, but thank you.
Well, we do know she's going to wake up again
Blurreed
at some point.
looks up.
Just gonna say
There's
it
like a
straight up,
spark of
aren't you?
hope in her eyes as Pen looks at you. Yeah, I'd say, Luna, this whole scene, like all this, like there's a raw emotion in this room. But Blurreed looks up at you, and there's like this immediate spark of hope. Pen looks at you and goes, "That's what? It's not a joke, right? That's pretty fucking cruel if that's a joke."
Just look at the other victims. They've all waken up and come
None
back
of
to the
them
village.
came back
right?
dead. They were
But
all
if it follows the pattern,
They were all found wandering the woods. You guys, do you even know what happened to her?
Perhaps.
Luna might not be a good time to keep everything so close to the chest.
We'll say
Maybe-
Lycus and Lensa joining in now.
Now might be a pretty good time to tell him a little bit more about what's going on with the others. I want to give who's the name of the girl holding the pen?
Yeah.
I want to give her like handcuffs and be like, for when she wakes up.
And she takes the rabbit folk takes the handcuffs. What are you talking about? And Blurreed now is eyes wide. Can someone please just explain what the fuck is going on? What are you talking about? She's gonna get up?
Azafast has several guilds. One of them is called the Eyes of Pendola. The leader of said guild is a undead creature referred to as a vampire. And one of the capabilities of this creature is to turn other creatures into a similar form. So we have reason to believe that she might become one. It could be a day, it could be a week. The time range isn't as clear. If we follow the previous patterns from the other people, it's probably within a day or two that she'll come to at least.
You're saying when she comes to, she's gonna be some sort of creature?
She'll still be herself, except how do I? She'll still be herself, but she might be influenced by the previous person I mentioned. Ralavan. Did I miss that name in my?
Why her? What did you want with her? She didn't do anything to anybody. She doesn't know anybody from Azafast.
Well, that's the part I'm sure the other people who were kidnapped probably wondering similar thoughts. We haven't quite figured out that part yet.
She starts kind of like drying her tears. And she looks at the handcuffs in Pen's hand. Blurry does. You're saying we need to lock her up? She's just laying there, guys.
Only until you understand what she's turning into. If she's turning into anything.
We don't know what instruction Ralavan may have given them. It might be safer until he's dead that they are watched. Look, they may not be alive in the usual sense, but they're still people. Without Ralavan's influence, they're just people with special dietary needs.
What do you mean dietary?
No gluten.
Dietary needs?
They can't have gluten.
Oh.
Yeah,
Raw
they catch
diet.
on fire with very specific forms of gluten.
They also need a very raw diet, so we'll give you a
Carnivore
we'll give you a
diet.
booklet in. You'll get a booklet in the mail, don't worry.
We'll go over that. For now, just keep an eye on her, and don't be surprised if she awakens with some violent inclinations. Hence the need for the cuffs.
It should pass.
So you're saying that there's a chance that she can be a threat? This is Lensa.
Her and
How-
the others.
Get out of here, Lensa. No,
I need to know the things happening in my
I know.
town.
I understand.
She wouldn't be any more of a threat than any of the other people that returned.
As long as she's
They could all be
restrained, she will not be a threat.
Everyone's a vampire.
How does one kill a vampire? Blurred looks over at her. What did you just say?
We're not
It's
going to kill
possible.
anyone. Listen,
You also don't know.
I happen to know that not all vampires are violent and crazy. We just don't know what kind of vampire she will be turning into, if anything. So, while we can hope for the best, we need to prepare for the worst.
Captain
We have
Lycus,
Yes.
I am concerned about another threat to my people leaving your ship. Until such time as you all determine, since you are the experts, it seems, on these vampires, I would request that you keep Gina Neblin on your ship. What the fuck, Lenza? That's my sister. Let her
Blurred,
come home.
you're welcome to come too.
We can make you all very comfortable.
In fact, I think you should.
There.
Lens is right, though. It's important that we acknowledge that this could be a potential threat.
Lenza, do you know where the other individuals from those specific cases may or may not be?
I'm not sure where Audrey Boehner is. He was the first one, I believe. Then there was Thial Bronzefist, a cleric, a priest of Korome, god of protection. He resides in the temple, in the heart of town,
He's still there?
as far as I know. But he's been uncooperative, and it seems his opinions of me have changed rather drastically since his disappearance and subsequent return.
That'll be most likely Ralavan's influence.
What does Ralavan gain by turning people against me?
We're still trying to figure it out. But
Like I said, it may have ties to the conquering host. It may just be to destabilize the Irenwud. Or he's allied with others. Who knows? We need to find more information.
Perhaps we should collect those who were impacted and put them on the ship as well.
I don't think Lenza should have their people do that. It would create a bit of a stir. I think, Lenza, you keep your people watching them. And then when we finish our dealings with the Khonari, we can have them. We can escort them back to the ship ourselves. It'll look more reasonable that way.
What of... I appreciate this, but what of your own people, the ones captured by the conquering host?
We're going to have to save them as well.
Okay. I can have my people look into the local matters here in the Ironwood, investigating these or detaining these other potential vampires and tracking your fugitive.
I have a suggestion on that accord, just some more information from of good faith. The Eyes of Vendola, their signia is a white skull that's blindfolded. And for a type of guild that you would think would be secretive, they're quite arrogant in showing the symbol. We found signs of that with Gina, for example, in her notebook. So I don't know if you have spare men to do searches, house searches, or if you ever have a suspect, looking for a symbol like that would probably be your best chance at finding someone who is either going to be turned or who has already been influenced by relevant.
That's good to know. Thank you. I will talk to Jeffrey. He's my right hand, as it were, Jeffrey and Tiff, and see if they can respectfully lead their own operations and keep an eye out for this symbol. I appreciate the information. But all that to say, I'm certainly happy to dedicate my ranges to protecting the Ironwood here, and if Ralavin's goal is if Ralavin's true target is me, then I feel this is a personal matter. If you all wanted to go and pursue your crew, I would understand. And if you need the use of your ship to do so, I also understand. Taking out one of the conquering host's camps only seek to benefit all of us in the end.
I think Khonari and saving our crew, and then we can always come back and assist with further matters here.
yes, I think that sounds like a good plan.
Do you have any means of long-distance communication? Perchance.
Animal messengers. Takes a little bit of time, but perhaps one of our dryads might have a more instantaneous means. I believe they have spells, something to do with trees, and some sort of connection with other trees, but that might be that question is better suited to the dryad Farah, where your children are being tended.
Okay. All right, Captain. What do you want to do?
We know where the crew is. We don't know where Khonari is.
Can I?
We know where the
while-
camps are as well.
Hold on, while you discuss this, I'll say that I'm gonna go just lean against the wall, and I'm gonna pull out my Gossiper's diary and just write down Khonari and
Oh,
See what happens
yes,
from
yes,
that.
yes.
clever.
Very
Okay.
smart.
Clever
Let's see.
girl.
So here's how we'll play this. Lensa is gonna leave. Lensa and the Rangers are going to depart your ship. She'll leave some guards on the dock. She'll leave some Rangers on the dock.
I'll give her a little extra too. I'll use a prestidigitation to like form, because I think I can stop it. It's a hard word.
Yep.
It's hard.
Sure is, isn't it?
For
Stop.
some people.
Because I can make a temporary object of magic something. So I'm just to pretty much try and like as much as possible show what the insignia looks like to give a visual.
Okay. Let's say you guys are heading out of the hold. Luna, you're showing her the insignia. She's gonna pass that along. I would say Tiff joins up as well, and you'll show Tiff as well, because Tiff is there too. Okay, yeah. All right. You guys
All
will
right.
have you all recover back to the stateroom then. It's the party. You guys can go ahead, decide what's the next move.
So I will be honest, I am almost out of spell slots.
Lenza said the Rangers could try to track Khonari. We might be able to rest for a moment and go save our people. And by the time we get back, if there's word on where Khonari is, we can go as a singular force to get her. I don't think Lenza should be attempting to capture her themselves, not with the weapon in her hands.
Was there anything written in my parchment? I don't know if I ever like checked after a while. From that I gave to Sheila?
See ya. No.
Sia, your wife.
Sia.
Sia.
I know the spelling, but the pronunciation was I messed up.
No
Yeah,
response.
pronunciation's a thing.
Okay, yeah, sorry.
Sorry, continue.
Just making sure.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, so we can rely on the Rangers. I'm a little, now that Lenza is gone, can we just comment on how the Rangers lost track of someone that fast?
Yeah.
Looking at the ship.
Yeah. Not great.
Kind of tells you who we're
Rangers.
dealing with.
Not great.
You would think that's their specialty as well. To find
Well,
them,
yeah, almost.
you know?
Almost like
The
their
hunt.
favorite terrain.
It's almost like we're so much better than them in so many ways.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jill.
All right, well, I'm gonna go take a nap. No, I'll
You take a moderate rest.
I'll hang out near Blue Reed and Gina on the ship and just try to sleep so that I'm there if anything happens.
I might go sleep at the church where the kids are.
The Grove, and the Fenfarin Grove. It's where the that was the word I couldn't remember.
It's
The
within
Dryad.
town, though.
Yeah, it's within town.
Well, the real question is how quickly do we need to get out? And realistically speaking, if we rest now, Khonari might as well be gone.
Honestly, 3 hours. It's already been a few hours. She could already be across the. She could be on a different plane.
She's been gone for hours. Yeah.
Well,
She is on foot though.
Yeah, but she has magic. She could teleport.
well, guess next time, this is truly my fault. I had thought on so many occasions just to kill the damn snake, but that's on me. Don't worry. In the future, I won't make the same mistake.
I believe you.
Sometimes you need a prisoner to know information.
Sometimes
She knew
you keep a prisoner far too long.
She
And
knew-
should have just
she knew-
dropped the damn thing out of the air and see if snakes can fly.
You know, Edenor,
Nope.
I was on Team Lycus on this issue for a while, but I do question how long we've kept.
Yeah, and did
prisoner.
nothing with her, really,
Well, it
except
made
watch.
me-
Entire planes of existence.
Anyway, we can toss around blame after we solve some problems and celebrate with a feast.
I mean, blame's already been assigned, so I don't know what needs to be tossed. But anyways,
That's right. He says it's his fault. Let's stick it with that.
Yes, it's my fault. Don't worry. I've taken this as a moment to grow and learn.
Good for you, Eddie. So,
officers, the question is,
yeah,
do we rest now, or do we chase Khonari this moment?
How depleted are you?
Very.
Like, very?
I have 1 4th level, 1 2nd level, and 1 1st level. Out of the potential of having 11 spell slots, I have 3.
I feel great.
I think I'm going to advocate for a long rest. If you want me to be able to be helpful, I need to sleep.
Do we... Wait, this is a quick note. Do we have anything of Khonari on the ship? Like, help with... they're rangers. Maybe they have bestial companions to help with scent, perhaps?
Is the gag still there?
I mean...
Gag's there.
Yes, there you go. I was going to say something way grosser.
Yeah, she's got her shit bucket.
She got a shit bucket, right? We gave her a shit bucket.
Of course, we're reasonable.
I would hope that we'd have like a little like hole that opens up in like the floor.
Yeah, a little drop hole.
And it's just over the town.
These poor Irenwud
You can have
people
either a
are
drop
just
hole or a shit bucket.
out for a walk.
Drop hole, so then you don't have a shit bucket.
Okay.
Well, we do have a
use
gag.
the gag.
We got the gag. Just looks like a little ball gag.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all
Came
picturing
from Lycus's bedroom.
My personal stock, yes.
That was probably Syracuse.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Mine now, bitch.
But we washed it before giving it to Khonari, so like it only has her.
Again, not uncivilized.
Okay, but yeah, you do have that.
So I would say, just like out of game, we give one of our shipmates to deliver that to Lenza, so then maybe she can use that for one of her rangers to help find it.
Yeah.
It's something.
And show her where the poop hole is. Just in case that's helpful.
Gotta show you this poop hole. It's super cool. Because of how the air flows, it literally just vacuums everything.
Yeah. It's like a spaceship.
Like an actual airplane.
Yeah. So, like, just make sure you do not apply your rectum directly to the hole. Otherwise, you could lose your intestines.
No, you close the lid and then flush.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, my God.
Exactly.
Okay.
Adenor can take that over to Lenza. And, I mean, if everyone else is going to rest, I think Adenor is going to go talk to Korame, the priest of Korame. It's just nuts.
Brawl,
right.
Jarl Bronze Fist. Okay.
Yes.
So Adenor, so just to kind of recap, Adenor is going to hand over the ball gag and talk to the priest.
Yep.
Right?
I'd like that back, please.
You can go with him, honestly. It's in similar direction. Actually, here, I'll give you guys the map real quick. You guys will just like fast forward you guys asking one of the rangers. You're on the Irenwud map, I believe, for... So the temple is right here. It's the obvious big temple-looking like building in the center of town.
Yep.
Oh, the temple building?
The temple-like building there. That's the one you want. The grove is on a level below it, behind it.
Okay.
So, yeah, you guys can easily navigate from your ship. If you wanted to head to the grove, you could just kind of looking at it here. For all our podcast listeners, we're just drawing on the map now. You can kind of go up some stairs.
Oh, shit. It happened again. There we go.
Temple, elevator, grove. So,
Okay.
like I said, I don't know if Lycus and Enor, you want to just travel together?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Luna, Pim, you're going to bed?
I'm using the diary,
Yes.
and then I'm going the same spot as Mip.
Bed?
No,
the
to
room.
Gina and
Oh, to Gina and Blurry and them. Okay, sure.
Blurry,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, so Luna. We'll say Lycus and Enor, you two leave. We'll hop back to you in just a moment. All right. Anything? Well, before the party fully departs, anything you guys like to exchange or anything? Because we'll have the party split here.
Please return as soon as you wake up.
We got we'll give you a notification. I think is what I learned from the paper device.
Are you guys planning to spend the night over at the Grove?
Yes.
Yeah, I was just gonna
Okay.
sleep there.
Well, I guess an interview.
Girls.
Okay, got it. Cool. Okay.
Also, don't cause any more chaos.
Mm.
You've had enough. Just go there. See
Stick to the plan.
Every choice made
stepdaughter.
was accurate and good. I stand by this. I walk away.
Don't kill anyone. Don't kill anyone. Okay.
The rangers on the dock are all like, "Did he say don't? Did she just say don't kill anyone? Are they gonna kill somebody? Hey, don't ask him. Don't ask him." Did you see
I
that?
feel like they super don't want to talk to us at all.
Do you remember?
Do not make eye contact.
Do you remember that scary looking
Do
prisoner that escaped
not
earlier? We don't want to
engage.
fuck with them. We don't want to fuck with these guys either.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, you're walking by and the guards are just sweating. Okay, right. So, Tim and Luna.
Yes.
Well, Luna, let's do your Gosper's Diary, eh?
It's
Eh?
it's a DC 30 will save that you have to make.
DC 30 will save that I have to make. What up with that? Hang on, let me find a character sheet. It's in here somewhere. Khonari, where did we put your? There it is.
If you want, I can
Will
read
save?
read it out, or I don't, or you,
Just yeah, I can't remember if it was a secret check or anything. Oh no, I want to use I want to use the Luna dice that you forgot at ElfCon.
Ooh.
muy bien.
Okay. Okay. Is this a mental effect? I don't believe so.
Traits we just have unique and magical.
Yeah, not a mental effect. Okay, then that is 22, a failure.
Magic succeeds. It is a secret can be a heartfelt memory, a description of a person they secretly admire or love. Man, are we gonna go 3 for 3 on that one? Or something else the target does not readily share.
Okay. Hang on.
I feel like the target does not readily share their current location.
That is true.
That's understandable. Hang on. Let me just take a look at something here.
So maybe.
It's 1 and a 3.
If I roll a 20, will you
Okay,
give
and
us their
it's just- and
exact
it's just a
location?
one. Yeah.
Leave it up to
So,
the dice.
heartfelt memory, description of the person they secretly admire or love, or some target. Okay, I'm gonna roll a d6.
The reason I mentioned 3 for 3, by the way, audience, was because the last 2 times I used it, it was secretly admired to Luna. Got like back to back.
Everybody loves Luna.
Okay,
That's what
You
I
get a
think.
heartfelt
by snake
memory.
fangs.
you get a heartfelt memory.
Heartfelt memory.
What do
Okay.
snakes think is heartfelt? Oh God, are they like?
A really warm rock.
Hatching from the egg.
Hi, Grandma.
Ah, it's so cold out here.
Oh no, I'm cold-blooded.
You guys want the memory, or is this good?
I think we got it.
Oh, you got it.
Okay.
Just kidding.
Okay, the memory you get, Luna, is a memory. You see a young Khonari, olive-skinned, with a little bit of like snake scaling along, like the jawline, the around the eyes. You can see the eyes are kind of gold, but she's young. I would say maybe not quite even a teenager yet. And you can see as she is running through a city of jade. The buildings are this shiny green, trimmed in gold. And you can see that the jade stone has these kind of red veins running through it. And as you look, she makes her way around the corner from like a darkened alleyway in towards a street. And you see as the street opens up, the city, the metropolis that unfolds before you rivals even Azafast. The streets are busy with other serpent folk, right? Other Vishkanya folk. You can see above what looks like a Luna, you don't understand it, but for Nigel, what I'm going to describe here is a railway system. Do you remember Batman Begins? They have that train that kind of goes through town, goes through the city. Yeah, they've got an above ground like subway system. As you see people kind of like loading onto this contraption, racing through the city above the streets. You can see more vehicles similar to the ones that you guys were recently traded in for some robots. And then you see Khonari is kind of jostled by a young man. And as she looks at him, immediately, Luna, you've got a pretty good memory. Can I get a society check?
Society.
Society. Recall knowledge with society. DC
25.
You remember this individual as you look into the face of a young Talode.
Talode.
I love how everybody recognizes the name, but nobody knows who he is. This is the guy that Lycus grabbed and jumped off a cliff with.
Oh, right.
Toledo!
Toledo.
Hey!
I remember him. Where's Toledo?
So Toledo. A young Talode stands next to Khonari, and he goes. Actually, I don't know if it would change the language, because they're going to talk to each other probably in a language that you don't know.
Frantically checks the diary.
It says in a description, if you want to be a bitch about it, look at the language.
So they begin hissing at each other. And you don't know what they're saying.
Hey, does the hissing sound horny?
It distinctly does not.
Oh.
But they do. There is a sense of affection. I will say, Luna, you are repulsed by the affection displayed between the two. It's. Give me, what was your society? 25?
Affectionate hissing.
Yeah. Well, it's a heartfelt memory.
It's a heartfelt memory. Yeah, you can tell
Also,
that
just
there's
remember that
definitely there's hearts being felt here as the two are making their way down the street. You see they turn a corner, and they come to a building that has a glass out front that you can see into. And as they look inside, you can see all manner of creatures: serpents, birds, lizards, cats. It's a pet store. And you watch as they go inside, and they purchase a young blood red bird.
Will be killed.
Yeah,
It's a totally different thing.
Yep, the say Edenor.
Is it a pet
Hero
store
point.
or is it like dinner?
Edenor gets a hero point because it is indeed the bird. This is you're witnessing the memory of when Toledo was escorted with Khonari to buy his bird that Lycus kidnapped for a while, and I think escaped in the sandstorm.
Yeah.
Lycus killed the guy, and then took his bird, and then lost it in a sandstorm.
Hey, the sandstorm was not my fault. I don't know.
I have a question for you. In this memory, is it during the day?
Yeah, actually, that's an interesting question. The sky above is kind of a weird swirl of stars and lights. It's very strange. The sky is kind of like
Fake.
it seems, yeah, it doesn't seem real. I mean, it's not fake necessarily, but it's
a
there's
memory.
something
It's like
about
her
it.
memory of it, or
Well, there's just sort of like these kind of like swirls of like almost like rainbowy kind of reflections and refractions and like little star print pricks. It's the sky above you is very otherworldly.
Yeah, it means they're covered. I was gonna ask if you could see the sun to see what direction it is and try and like figure out a more precise location.
No sun. But you emerge having
the bird.
witnessed that heartfelt memory of Toledo and Khonari buying a bird at a pet store.
Yeah.
Okay.
great.
As the memory closes, I'll give you this actually. You know what? I agree. It's not the most helpful thing, but it was a success. Give me one last society check. DC 22.
You know, we never wrote in this. We only wrote if it failed that the person gets immune for a day or a week if it's a critical failure. We never wrote what happens when it succeeds, or when the person fails.
Yeah,
Sorry.
you can use them again. You can use them again the next day. You can track them again with it.
Oh, I rolled a fuck you.
That's a success, or
Yeah, that's the natural 20 on the dice you gave
oh,
me.
that's a natural 20 on the dice. Oh, that's a
Oh
fuck
yeah,
you, that's
fuck you
right.
and fuck me.
Oh,
Natural
yeah.
20. As they're walking up, you can see a big smile on Toledo's face, a big smile on Khonari's face, and you see their reflection alongside each other in the door, in the glass, as they are now leaving the pet store with the bird on Toledo's arm. Uncanny resemblance. Nice sound drop, Hannah.
Thank
really
you.
good sound drop. They look like siblings.
Oh, we killed Khonari's
I
brother.
wonder why she hates us.
Yeah.
Hates Lycus too.
It's
Probably
good to
the
know
most.
though.
There you go. You wanted something useful? There you go. Khonari and Tolode.
Oh, I
Siblings.
can't wait for us to talk shit to Khonari.
We should have known. They
Like,
were
oh,
both
why don't you
purple.
go home and tell your brother?
Oh my god,
Oh,
that's so cruel, Max.
You think Edenor? That's Edenor. That's par for the course for
Oh
Edenor.
yeah, it's Adenor. It's Adenor.
Hey, this bitch bit my favorite daughter.
I'm gonna
My
say
favorite
3 hours.
daughter.
That's true. She did bite your favorite daughter. Okay, Luna.
Bitch gon'
We're gonna
pay.
cut to break it. We're gonna go to break here soon, but before we do, Luna, you have this information. What's your initial reaction? What do you do next? As you come to this realization, this memory seeming like it reveals a connection of Khonari's to the party. But what do you do with this?
Well, the first thing is I just slam the book down and I do it because like let's say the hair is a little disheveled, so I do like because I'm frustrated that it wasn't
Location?
well something the target is not readily sure. I guess would have been one of the ones, but at least she didn't. It wasn't something that admitted to loving me, or I guess. So it's useful
Improvement.
there.
What did you get? A fuck you? A natural 20? She also is in love with you.
Oh, well.
Great. You're gonna have so many wives at the end of this.
So many wives.
Maybe
Is this
some
like
husbands.
an isekai, like a harem isekai?
All the spouses, sister wives.
I think I just, for now,
It
just
is
collecting my
secretly
thoughts.
Marvel.
I'll walk over to where Gina is. Blurried? That was the.
Blurried.
Yeah. Do you guys
Blurried,
move her to the cell?
So I think we took her to.
You have her handcuffed, but you put her in jail as well.
I think we took her to the medical bay.
Yeah. She's in your med bay already. But like, so she was last where you left off. She was there covered with a blanket. Like I said, handed manacles to Pen.
Yeah, so we need to like secure her. We need to bind her, lock her to whatever
Right.
table we put her on.
Okay,
we
but
can-
you don't want to put her
we
in a
can put
cell.
We can put her in
Well-
the cell with. We can leave it up to her sister.
Yeah.
Just like explain to her, hey, if she comes back and she's dangerous, you know, close the door. Here's this. Here's the manacles. Like, be careful, man.
Okay. I'm gonna say if left up to Blurried, she's not going to do
I was
shit.
gonna
She's not
No,
going to
we
handcuff
need
her
to.
sister
We
or
have
put
to
her in
make
the
sure
cell.
she's
So,
manacled.
what do you guys want to do?
Let's keep
Just
her.
manacle to
Let's
the
not put her
bench
in a
then.
cell. Let's just manacle her to a piece of furniture,
Manacle her to the table.
a heavy
Okay.
table. Yeah.
Pimp, I
Yeah,
need
she's
you
a
to
little-
roll me a diplomacy check to convince Blurried to manacle her sister's corpse to the table.
I'm about to rest. Hey.
Yeah. Freaking send her.
Well, let's see what
Send
happens.
her, bud.
I'm gonna start doing it. Does she stop me?
Yeah, she absolutely goes in, gets in the way, and says, whoa, look, we don't even know that what you guys are saying is real. Let's just leave her alone. If
Blurred.
it's something, we'll do what we have to, but I don't think you need to go this far. Just
It could be
She's
really
been through
dangerous.
Would it be okay if then we just use a manacle on her and me? And I'll try and like rest on the side.
So you just manacle her to you.
Yeah.
She's, I mean, I'd like her not manacled at all, but how long are you expecting? Like, if we say by, I don't know, in 3 hours, if nothing's happened.
Let's say 8 hours.
Okay, in 8 hours, if nothing's happened.
We'll reevaluate.
Roll a diplomacy.
Okay.
Guidance.
Thanks.
Guidance.
Don't need that.
Hero point.
Never mind.
Remember, that's your only hero point right now.
That's all right. That's all right.
You guys got one
I'm
for starting.
use
Ollie
it.
got one for doing the recap, and Edenor got one for.
Let me just see what it would be. Hold on.
Bird.
Let's see. No, yeah, I'm gonna hero point it. Yeah. There we go. 27 with guidance.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good idea. And Luna can, take care of herself.
Fine. Okay. It's not my ship. And you guys are the experts on this. 8 hours.
8 hours. And then we'll talk.
All right. Clink, clink. Luna, you are handcuffed to Gina Neblin. Where do you set up? Just in the...
Yeah,
in
I
the
could
med
set up.
bay?
Yeah, maybe I don't know if I could push. If the beds are small enough, push another bed, or just try and like sit
Lean against the wall
chair.
or something, yeah.
Sure. Yeah, you could be on a
That's
chair.
kinda-
We'll say Gina is laying on a table, her right arm cuffed to your left arm, a chair pulled up alongside as you are kind of like waiting out the night. Your thoughts, your own. Pim, Blurreed, and Pen. You guys go back to Pim's room and go to sleep.
I'm going to curl up in the med bay as well on a bed, so I'm there in case anything goes down.
Okay. You guys don't have a whole lot of beds, so I'll just say like.
We don't have infinite
Well,
beds on our airship
no,
in the
you don't.
apocalypse?
You don't
Oh.
have it.
Probably.
So what I'll say
room.
here is it's technically a good shelter. We'll roll give me a survival check. If your survival check is low, you might be fatigued. I think you and Luna, because technically this isn't like a good rest, right? I mean, this is awkward.
Bro, just take my
Well-
room. Take my bed.
Shoot, yeah,
They
if
have-
we're gonna
you guys
get
have
fatigued,
beds, yeah.
I'm gonna go to a bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys have beds.
I need to actually rest.
Okay.
All right, we'll just scream if something happens, Luna. You good in here? You good?
I think I'll be
Looks
fine.
Unblinking.
You chill? Okay. Anybody need help sleeping?
Meditating.
Yeah, I'll like use a hand sleeping, but
All right.
I don't know if it's Blurreed. It will say Pim, you lead Blurreed and Pen to your room.
Yeah, and I'll.
Everybody gets snuggles.
Yeah.
I imagine sleep has been hard to come by for Blurreed, so I'm just gonna cast a friendly sleep if she sounds willing.
Yeah, she's all for it.
There you go.
Conks right out. Pen thanks you for your consideration, and the two kind of cuddle up on one side of your bed, and you have the other half. Your bed is for a standard size human,
Yeah.
and this is 3 smaller creatures. So,
yeah, we can all fit.
it's
It's
tight,
good.
but you all fit.
In fact, I'll give. Yeah, no, that's fine. Okay, sounds good.
Okay, and Luna, you go into sort of like that elven meditative state as you are handcuffed to Gina Neblin. And for the two of you, we're going to have time kind of continue to move forward for a few hours, and we'll jump back to the boys here right after break.
Sounds good.
But just as we are heading out, Luna, you're kind of in that state where you're kind of like drifting, your eyelids getting kind of heavy. And as you just kind of look over out of the corner of your eye, you see Gina Neblin just looking back at you, just a huge smile on her face,
Ew.
and her eyes kind of rolled back in her head, roll forward, and look at you, and you can tell that it's not Gina in there as she says, I'm so glad we're alone now. And that's what we're going to call for break.
Oh my god.
All according to plan.
Should have put her in the prison cell.
That's so creepy.
All right.
According to plan. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's why I did it. I had a
She wanted to be taunted by the vampire.
Oh my god, that's so creepy. I'm gonna have nightmares.
Luna and Ralavan playing 3D chess. Okay, guys, we will be back in about 10 minutes. This is a good time to stretch your legs, go let your dogs out, get a drink of water, find us on all the other social medias.
Smell your favorite smell.
Smell your favorite smell. Take a moment to do that.
ocean breeze.
Ocean breeze. Guys, we'll see you in 10. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
And 1. Hello. Hi. Oh no, no one can see us. Why does this keep happening? There we
Hello,
go. We're
welcome
good.
back to
I know
our
how to
audio
fix it now.
podcast. Our audio only podcast. Hey everybody, welcome back to Stealthy Elf Productions. We are playing some Pathfinder 2nd Edition. This is session 43 of our Heroes of Histaeria Sandsea Saga campaign.
Woot.
Say that 5 times fast. We are picking up here. The crew just parted ways. The party is now split. We love it. Where we left off, Pim went to bed with her guests, Blurreed Neblin and Penn Smith, while Luna, anticipating that perhaps if she got a moment alone with the corpse of Gina Neblin, that perhaps Ralavan might be enticed to make contact. She handcuffed herself to the body and is resting in the ship's medbay, just about to fall asleep, when sure enough, as she looks out of the corner of her eye, the corpse of this gnomish engineer is smiling back at her. But we are going to pick up with
Hate
the
that.
first mate and captain of the Oka's Will. Yeah, sorry, I forgot you're doing the music now, so I'm totally fucking you up. The first mate and the captain of the Oka's Will. Captain like is the Stratus and Adenor of the Heralds of Oros. The two of you have departed your ship, the Oka's Will. You have departed the Neblin Sky Dock, which is got a few more Ironborn Rangers kind of hanging out. You see a few of them kind of sitting around, like, you catch a few, like, yawning. As you walk up, though, they snap to attention. You can see Lenses told them to pay attention and keep an eye out for you. None of them approach, but it's very obvious that they pay close attention to your movements. You make your way through the Irenwud town. Hustling and bustling is not really the descriptions I would use for the town at this hour, but there's still some activity. People kind of moving from building to building. A lot of eyes on you. The two of you kind of experienced this earlier in the day when you chased a Herngar member through the town. And your destination is the temple, I believe.
Yes.
Any sort of discussion or dialogue between the two of you as you're making your way through the Ironwood town?
Yes.
Eyes kind of copping you.
Yeah. To Lycus, I'm just gonna say, Lycus, I'm going to need that little figurine of the of Luna.
I mean, you're gonna go see the vampire priest, so
Yes.
might as well be armed. No pranks on Luna, okay? Okay.
I'll try not to.
God.
I mean, it could be like one of those, a little taser almost, right? But it'll be fine. Anyways, also, and then literally I kind of like come to a stop and pull like this aside, just stare at him. This time, when we get our hands on Khonari, she'll die.
That's fine. I mostly just wanted to make sure I could figure out where Idris was.
Yes, well, no more chances for bad people.
My friend, we're all bad people.
Bad people, according to me. And then I just turn and continue.
We're heading towards the church, right?
Yep.
Correct.
Correct.
As you guys are, yeah.
I just wanted to, as we're heading towards the church.
Mhm.
I know that I'm gonna split off in a moment, or I suppose we're gonna
You'll
stop
hit
by.
the church before you split off, yeah.
Yeah. But I think just seeing the church, I kind of want to, ask Adenor. So, man, why do you? That's not the right way to ask.
Well,
What draws you to these gods?
well, they're very real.
I mean, Sure. But why do you
They
worship them?
Well, I mean, they provide people a sense of place and being. They also provide purpose. And they do provide protection against evil. They provide boons.
I suppose,
And
but
they provide guidance.
that last part maybe so. But I feel like they wouldn't really have any of that if it wasn't for the worshippers themselves. I mean, where do they even get their power, really?
Well, I mean, innately they do have power. I couldn't say exactly how it comes all together. I'm not perfect. Or would I know anything on where they get their power?
The power
They're
of the
celestial
gods.
beings,
The gods
yeah.
the gods are all very powerful beings in their own right.
Yeah.
You know, but go ahead. Let's roll a religion check. I will say this is a tough one, though. This is one of those big questions. I would say you're delving into your memories. I'm going to tell you the DC is going to be 27.
Okay. Let's see. I'm going to use a hero point.
Okay.
I rolled the
On
nat
this?
Nigel has also got the exact same reaction without saying it.
I
You could
must
just be
figure
wrong.
out-
It's fine.
No. I got a 30.
Okay.
I went from 1 to an 18. So
All right. That's a pretty big swing. Power of the gods. Well, Edenor, the first thing I will say is that what Lycus is saying isn't necessarily wrong. The gods do derive some sort of power through worship. But it is a sort of cyclic sort of thing. With their power, they also provide to their worshippers power, right? They provide the means, they provide choice worshippers the abilities to do things like paladins, for example, to, fight the powers of evil, fight the forces of evil. Clerics, they also provide clerics with power to act as conduits for their power. So, though, yes, they do get power through worship, they also provide power to those who are, particularly devout. Some gods, though, do gain power from, the nature of their thing. Aranar, the god of magic, you would know intimately, does gain some amount of power from the ley lines of the world, the Misteel, the same force that, other arcane spellcasters learn to use, the same force that occult spellcasters are innately connected to, right? Aranar had connections to it as well, right? You have some connections to the Misteel and the ley lines of the world, right? So there is that as well.
okay. Now, with that information, Ender's going to kind of try and boil that down into something more digestible.
Sure.
So when it comes to power, it can take many different pathways. And I think for some, it is in different forms. Could be a comforting thought, just knowing you are being heard in a very dangerous place. It could be the power to smite your enemies or the power to heal your friends. It is not just power, though. It is an ideal. I mean, look upon this church here. Korome is the goddess of protection. So, be them sick, be them needy, they're looking for comfort, defense, preservation. And
the ones that
who am I to
give.
say that they are wrong and they don't need it? You are a powerful individual. Most people are not like you.
I don't disagree that people need help. But every time I've seen worship, people seeking help, aid, it seems like all they're getting back is just the hope that they've already put in themselves. Seems like they're just, I don't know. The only time I've ever seen people really be helped is when others help them.
Well,
We
and it
help
could
people.
be that is the will of the gods. I mean, it could be they bring a cleric to their needs. They could send a paladin to smite their enemies. They could send me. So
Yeah.
it is. They are hard to understand. Very ancient beings. Very powerful beings. And there are some of the gods that may not have your best interest in heart. Or mine. Or anyone's, really. Could be the god of trickery. Could be any individual. And some of them are more primal in nature. And as we see in nature, and can be very brutal. So it does not mean the gods are always pure or nice. But they don't have to be nice.
I believe in judging everyone independently. I don't dislike all gods. I mean, one of them was on our crew for a little while.
That's true.
They're a member of the Merfolk as long as they want to be. But, I don't know. It just seems like, maybe not hubris, they're not mortal humans or whatever. But to say I am this or that, I am creation itself. If they die, we still exist. These things still exist without them. To claim that they are that, I don't know. They seem too powerful, too unchecked. Nothing should have this. I don't know, do you ever think about the people we were before? We allowed someone to end all of that. I'm not sure if we should have.
Well, that was at the risk of letting the monarch go unchecked. We made a choice. Do I think it could have ended some suffering? Yes. Could there be other suffering that comes along with life? I mean, possibly. Time is but a wheel, and we're just turning along with it. Fear not. Just keep Tazrin in your thoughts, and he will allay those fears. I'm just gonna set that hand on his shoulder.
Let
But
your
if you ever wish to speak more, I'm always here to lend an ear.
my friend, you're never gonna convert me, but I
Oh.
appreciate the chat.
We'll see. I mean, you've been in the presence of the gods. You fought alongside them. If anybody should know their power and majesty, it should be you.
Just because I know them doesn't mean I like them. I don't know.
Oh.
If you,
I would be quite heartbroken.
I mean, like I said, some of them, they get a free pass. If your friend ever wants to come back and say hi, let them know they're always wanted.
Perhaps. But I'm sure Erenar has their work cut out after the dust settled. So, but I'm sure we'll learn more from my lovely patron. I was fortunate to be a vessel for as long as I was.
I bet that was great having him inside you, huh? Bet you loved that, didn't you, Eddie?
Well, I mean, Erenar was female, but great.
Sorry, I would only see you when I think of them, so I just think of...
Granted, Erenar has had many forms over their infinite existence. So maybe I was just
At this
thinking
point-
of what I was used to back in...
At this point, Lycus is like
Okay.
walking on like towards the church a little more. Is like, I mean, I'm sure. Like, if I was a god, I'd definitely switch it up every once in a while. A couple centuries with the, with this and that, a little in between, a little bit of everything. Oh yeah.
It's
When
fair.
he starts, you see him like drift off to like imagining himself with like big honking.
Well, that definitely took a turn. I somehow feel dirty.
Edenor, as you are feeling dirty and you are looking around, you're approaching this temple. You can see a couple of things. The temple up ahead of you is made of old stone and shingles roofing. You can see that once there are gaps in it though, where perhaps windows were once. You can imagine tall glass mosaic windows, but they are shattered and broken. In fact, sections of the exterior wall are cracked and broken. There are fissures and gaps in the masonry. This place has seen very much better days in the wake of the destruction. So as you approach, the temple that you are approaching is one that is... You can see scaffoldings along the outside, tools and workbenches, huts, large blocks of stone that were in the process of being placed. People are working to rebuild this temple. As you approach, the two of you, you see a memorial. You can see folks that are kind of kneeling along the outside, offering, praise to it, or offering remembrances to it. But you can see a number of statues of different individuals, all different heritages, all different walks of life. It's obvious that these were a wide array of people that are sorely missed. Numerous flowers scattered at the base of the statue. From the two of you, can I get a society check? Recall knowledge society. DC 19.
Okay.
Society.
Okay, so
Oh,
that
shit, my
is
society is trained? I didn't realize that.
Your character sheet.
That's,
Sounds like a thing.
22.
24.
Okay, both successes. The two of you, almost in synchronous, as you are looking from the temple and you are looking over the memorial, just outside. One of the figures in the memorial is familiar, and the two of you recognize at the same time. There is a statue of a rabbit folk, an elderly rabbit folk in looks like a chef's apron, holding in her hands a giant soup ladle. You all recognize just Granny Mal as she was, not the one that perished on the deck of your ship in the dream world, but Granny as she would have been prior to being abducted by the Monarch. But the temple... No, sorry.
It seems Granny Mal's more important than I realized. Wow.
Does seem so. Definitely a better visage.
Two of you approach the temple, and as you approach, again, I mentioned that it looked like it was under construction. At the moment, no one is here working on it. But as you approach, the doors are shut, and there is a monk standing at the front, just kind of vigilantly looking along. As the two of you approach, being strangers to the town, the monk's eyes lock on you and track you as you approach. Doesn't hail you or anything, but just observes you as you approach. But if you get closer...
Yes. Brother Monk, how is your day?
Inclines the head. He says, "Day finds me much as any other these days. Can I assist you? Looks you up and down. Traveler?
Yes, I've come to see. Was it off table? It was. What was the full name again?
Jarl Bronzefist.
He's the father of the.
Yeah, he's the priest of this temple.
Yep. We'd love to speak with Jarl Bronzefist.
Well, unfortunately, the priest is resting. He is not taking visitors at the moment.
It is quite urgent. I come as the leader of the Heralds of Oros.
Apologies, I'm not familiar with your order.
It's a newer order. We are certainly... It has arisen prior, well, post... Stop making all the next face over there.
Show me your sick
Angrily
tat.
pointing at the sky.
Yeah.
Yes, we are a newer order, but an offshoot of the Brotherhood.
Be that as it may, I unaware of your order, and regardless of the urgency you express,
I believe that the father's life is in danger.
looks at you. In danger how?
It is tied to the recent disappearances.
You are here to badger the good father
It is
about
not to
his
badger.
disappearance.
It is to provide proper warning. Something that only one individual that follows the true pantheon could convey to another individual following the true pantheon.
Roll me in diplomacy. Lycus, are you there still?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, Lycus, you watch as Edenor is talking to this monk who is refusing him entry to the temple.
I have aura sight. Does he look like he's been turned or anything? Can I see anything in his aura?
Does Aura Sight do that?
Let's see.
Let's see. Yeah, I was gonna say.
I don't
Is this
think it does.
ability, does it work?
You can see alignments though.
Hey GM, I've got this thing. If I tried, would it do this? You can
You learn to read the auras of living things. To do this, you must
okay, you can learn the
focus on
current
something.
attitude, current emotional state, general, so they're target the physical health. It's a secret occultism check for you against the target's deception DC. These are targets you can identify if they're being deceptive in such a way. Okay. So Aura Sight, you do learn. You can then perceive any or all. So yeah, current or apparent attitude towards you guys. You can learn that if you like. You can learn his current emotional state, and you can learn just a general assessment of his physical health. So that might be fall in the category of, is he vampire?
Is he vamp?
I will say, okay, so do you want to learn all three?
Yeah, if I can, I will.
Sure. Okay, let me just see here. I'm trying to find the stages of like relationship. What is that called? They put it under conditions. One sec here.
It's attitude.
Yeah, attitude. Just give me a quick second. Just want to see the list of the attitudes. This guy's got an attitude, and you need to know what it is, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I bet he's got an attitude.
At the moment, I would say he is indifferent, perhaps bordering unfriendly. You get his current emotional state. He is a little defensive. A general assessment. This one, you must succeed. You might succeed at occultism. Go ahead, roll me an occultism check.
Hells yeah. Back to the sheet. Back to the sheet. Da-da-da-da-da-da. All right.
28.
No. Pretty good though. 22.
22.
12 on the die.
22. He doesn't seem healthy. There's something about him as you look at him. Maybe it's just the pallor of the skin is a little pale. Maybe it's just the bags under the eyes. Maybe it's not that he's been out here at watch all night. Maybe it's something else.
I think I'm going to sleight of hand at Nor and take back the.
I was gonna do something with that.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, you do know, you know.
Hey, you know, Lycus, you can go ahead and roll the sleight of hand against
Go
Edenor.
ahead, try it.
I'm gonna do it anyways. I'm gonna take the stealthy elf dice. See what we
Okay,
get.
let's see what we get.
What is my sleight of hand?
What would
Or
it be
thievery?
against?
Sorry.
Would it be my reflex or?
This would be against your perception.
Perception, yeah.
So 10 plus your perception modifier.
Alright. That is 27.
You got it.
Okay. Lycus. Edenor, you don't have it. You don't have the Luna statue. Unbeknownst to you, Lycus, you managed to sneak it. I'm going to see if you rolled a 27. Let me just double check my my priest here. Let me see if your priest notices.
I was just gonna say, priest is
Because the priest is facing you guys.
Monk.
Yeah, sorry, monk. You're right.
It's like, you guys are friends, right? Like, you just
Doesn't seem to notice anything. Doesn't respond.
Oh.
Okay. But yeah, the monk stands there. So, Lycus, that's what you know, and you have secured a statuette off of your companion. Edenor, you were making
I have a 23 on my diplomacy. so-
diplomacy. Did I call out the DC?
No.
Okay. And you're trying to convince him to let you inside.
Mm-hmm.
He looks at you and he kind of takes his arms out from his sleeves and kind of rests them at his side, and he says, please, sir, you should be on your way now.
Let me at least show you this. In going and looking for the idol.
He looks at you as you are like patting yourself down.
Yeah.
While he's looking at Edenor,
Does
Can I,
silver
like,
do anything
sneak
to
up?
like the vampires? I can't remember if that was stated.
You can try.
Well,
uh,
anyways, I as I'm looking for it,
Okay.
what like is
Yeah.
gonna do.
as he's looking for, the idol and the monk is, watching him, I want to see if I can like just get beside him and press the iron to his neck or something.
we just stick the statue. It's like, yo,
Yeah. Like waifu.
I dropped my statue and it landed on your neck.
yo, check this sick statue. Do you see it?
Look
Okay,
at
like
the action figure I
vampire.
found.
Lycus, go ahead, roll a stealth check here.
That stuff is good.
Let's
Can I
see.
just? You could also go in for a handshake and like at the last second, like hide the statue.
Sleight of
And then,
hand
like,
it.
Yeah.
that's a little bit more like,
Yeah.
going for his
He's just gonna put it on his
He's
neck.
gonna go right in and just poke him
go
with
for his
it.
neck.
That's a 29.
29.
29.
Lycus,
Very engrossed.
you are able to get in and describe this for us. As this monk is looking at Edenor, hands out, you can see there's the irritation with your residual read aura. You can tell he's getting pretty annoyed here. And as he is in this irritated state, you do what?
Oh, I can't wait. I'm excited.
I press the cold iron statue to like the back of his neck. It's like just to see if it
Goes in
sizzles
for a
or it
hug.
has that. As
Not
that
you in the
reaction.
front. Yeah.
This is
It's like dropping an ice cube down
Ollie
someone's
likes
shirt.
to do things
okay.
the
so
most inefficient
the
way
stealth check was to
possible.
see. The stealth check was to see if he noticed you doing it. He's not able to stop you, but go ahead. This is going to be an attack roll now. He's off guard to you because of the stealth check. So let's see if you hit him.
Back.
This
Please
music.
roll well.
Let's try this.
Yeah, this is gonna be pretty good. 15 on the die plus 16, unless I take a penalty for using a.
Yeah, there's a no. He's off guard, so the penalty's on him. So what's the total?
31.
31. A critical success. Lycus, you step forward and you press the statue of Luna to his neck. Edenor, as you are patting yourself down, you see Lycus just kind of glide past you, and suddenly you see the little statuette of your companion Luna pressed to the monk's throat. The monk screams and pushes Lycus away, clutching at his throat. He starts coughing and spitting.
Well,
And as he kind of pulls back a snarl, the two of you can see fangs.
I look to Adenor. So much for not killing anyone.
Well, and so it begins.
You're gonna do it in front of the whole town? At least go inside. I'm sorry, I'm not here.
I guess we're rolling initiative?
I don't know. I mean, what's happening?
You tell me. What do you guys do? The monk. Okay, well, if you want what the monk
Are you
does next, I'm
attacking?
gonna drop kick the shit out of Lycus.
Well,
He's gonna shove Lycus away.
Mr. Monk, are you okay?
Mr.
We have
Are you injured?
Lenzo's guards are nearby, right? They've been watching us.
I guess I wouldn't have noticed.
Let's see. They
These
definitely keep
rangers are
keeping.
I have not seen any of this. I just see there's like burnt, like
You see, you're looking at the monk like as Lycus
Right.
steps in and presses it. Like you see that all break down. That's like 2 feet in front of you. As you guys look around, sure enough, Lenza does have a few rangers out and about, and you can see as the commotion picks up, they're Lycus, as you're looking for them, they are going to start kind of
I point to the monk.
Yeah.
Vampire.
initiative.
Vampire.
I was gonna
Initiative.
say, can I heal you, Mr. Monk? Can I
No
heal you?
initiative.
Oh my god.
We are going into initiative with the two of you.
All right.
Before we do, you guys go ahead and roll those. I'll come back for those in a second.
It's a
That
vampire.
is
I gotta
not
go.
how I saw this going.
Yeah, who would have thought that?
Here's the
couple of
thing. Okay,
Khonari's full of vampires.
before you blame me more, Adenor, what were you gonna do with the fucking cold iron statue?
I was gonna just show it to him and then see his reaction.
But now
And then you
you've
would've
seen
been-
his reaction. I will say,
We
like,
got a reaction.
he's not immediately like aggressive, but if Lycus, if you're gonna like start pointing out the guards to him, that's like an actual action. I'm gonna put us in initiative to just track,
Yeah,
slow
that's
time
fair.
down, and kind of track who's doing what. But we'll get back to you guys in a second, because Luna,
We have another vampire problem.
there's another vampire problem.
Oh my god. Wait. Let's get back to this creepy shit.
Luna, you were just nodding off. Your eyelids getting kind of heavy. It's been a long day. A lot of fighting. And just as you nod and pull yourself back up, out of the corner of your eye, you notice Gina Neblin's head has turned towards you, and a wide, gleeful smile similar to that was on Audrey Boehner's face. And as the eyes roll in to focus and look at you, says, "I'm so glad we have a chance to be alone now, my dear."
I was hoping this would happen. You have a chance to talk one-to-one.
Oh, I've missed you too. You look well. You haven't aged a day.
Well, hasn't been that long since we've seen each other. But you know,
I feared the last time would have been the last time.
I've had a lot of time to think about our last meeting till, well, now. And I've truly hated you so much. But, over time, hate sort of just went away, and I think I should just take these opportunities to learn what you turned me into. What is your fascination with me?
Well, what a question. I can't even begin to answer. But as for our connection, I will tell you. Unfortunately, we were interrupted before things could truly come to their climax. So, our connection isn't as strong as it is with, well, gestures to Gina.
That's why you can't take control of me at any moment. I see.
Oh, detective, your skills are as sharp as ever.
I'm gonna. So I was like sitting down like next to the bed. I'm gonna get up, and is there a chair within a couple steps? Because
There's a chair, right? You got it from a chair.
okay,
Do you
so
want a second
I'm
chair?
on a chair now.
Yeah.
No, I was just
You want a
making
second
sure.
chair.
So I've read storybooks like everyone else. I have these fangs you can see are growing in, but I haven't hungered for anything odd. What is it? What am I supposed to be? Is there anything I should be aiming for? The storybooks say blood, but that hasn't come up yet.
It seems that you're not quite done. Don't worry. I'll fix that. You're just incomplete, but I will complete you, and you will be my finest work of art. I suppose that's why Audrey and I got along so well.
He did admit to being a fan. Really good with statues.
A little... a little vulgar even for my tastes, but... Audrey certainly had his uses for me. But don't worry. Like I said, you and I, we're gonna go places, darling. And probably sooner than you think. I just have a few things to wrap up here in town.
Well, when we go these places, you still have my sword from back when we had our little duel.
I treasure it dearly. My heart swells every time I cut into a motherfucker.
Oh, you've been
think if
using
you-
it. So what is it? What's your plan here? What do you have against the Irenwud?
I don't do these planned things. Luna, come. You must know me better than that. I thought you were a detective.
You're right. But this
My
is the getting to
business.
know each other part.
Don't worry, we're going to have all eternity, darling. What's the rush? As for the Ironwood, business, professional intentions. Once it's done, and I've been paid, we'll move on.
But as my potential partner in the future, could you just maybe don't, do any harm to friends of mine? I would assume you would have seen me around them while I've been here so far.
Oh, your friends, yes. Luna, I must say I'm surprised that you didn't seem the type to branch out quite like that. But they are impressive, your friends. The one resisting my spell. That was quite a feat.
I mean, you should know for the selection war, the more people you have, easier it might make the fights. How's that been going for you?
The selection was a trifling little concern. I've recently come to, well, just like you, I make new friends as well. And my friends have presented some interesting opportunities. Needless to say, the selection war is not going to be an issue by the time I'm done with exploring my options. But
What do those options have to do with murdering my father by any chance?
And then some.
Has it already been done? Because if he goes, then I become the guild leader.
Alas, Doriander Doriander Elwins yet lives.
Okay.
Or at least he hasn't died by my hand. But I'm working on it. For us.
Well, I look forward to hearing your future plans and to seeing what sort of grand scheme you have set for the Irenwoods.
Oh,
Little town.
I'm sorry to say, it would have been lovely. What I had planned for this town. But like I said, opportunities come knocking. Just gotta roll with the punches. So I think things are going to change a little bit. What I've got planned, what I'm gonna do now, well, it's gonna be worth it, but not my best. As a fast. That though, you and me, we're gonna show that city a thing or two, let me tell you.
Well, color me excited. I can't wait to meet in person again.
Oh, you won't be that pleased. When we meet next, I'm going to have to start killing your friends. You understand this? You and I. If I'm going to have you join me, I first need to make sure to take all of the things away from you that would get into the way. And right now, your little crew, we don't need them. I like your ship,
Like it?
but your crew, they seem rather replaceable.
Do I get to take away everything from you as well? Like my sword?
Maybe we can share custody.
Dibs first.
You'll have to find me first. I'm surprised you missed me. Over at the workshop.
Or you were hiding in there. It got a little hot because of the lava. It's bad for my complexion.
Yes, your friends certainly have a way of causing an entrance and an exit. Made things a little bit more complicated. But after I finished killing the old gnome, well, I just had to make my way back to town. But now that I'm back in town, you're right. I should get to work. I'll see you soon, darling.
As he says that, can I cast, out of curiosity, detect magic?
Sure.
And I want to see. This is like a totally random thing I was thinking about. Because detect magic is like a 30-foot emanation. I'm just out of curiosity see if there's like a trail of magic stemming from Gina that like points towards somewhere
Sure.
in town.
Sure. Okay. This
If it's
is
magical. I don't know.
Give me a second here. I believe it. So it is magical. Let me just pull up a thing. I am going to say the DC on this is going to be tricky because this is definitely going kind of beyond the limits of the spell. But I like the idea. So I'm going to call out the DC here for you. It is going to be DC 28. If you get a DC 28,
Well, let's see. What's my well? I'm assuming Arcana.
For this, you have to choose the School of Magic. It's not like the School of Magic that you are in, or you have to.
Technically, it's just like an emanation, and then like you send a pulse registers the presence of magic. The only thing I receive is the presence or absence of magic. So I can choose ignore, blah blah blah, detect illusion magic, blah blah blah.
Okay.
But the purpose, so there's no like roll. The main purpose is to see, do I see a string of magic like coming
kind of
out
like a
of this?
connection.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're going for. I can kind of get what you're going for. I would say
I can roll if you want as well. If you want like to get more like specific stuff.
okay. Yeah, I do need a roll here because this is an atypical use, but I'm also going to put a Misteel Surge on this. So roll a flat d20 first.
Okay. 15.
Success. You're fine. No surge. You feel like the magic in the room begins to kind of like get thick, right? The oil slicks start to appear in the air as the Misteel starts to kind of pocket around you as you're reaching into magic and you're pulling into magic in a very unique way. Go ahead and roll your check. You can use your spellcasting ability here.
Not that. It's lower. It's
Okay.
21.
You get the School of Magic. I'll say it's necromancy. But beyond that, you cannot tell the source. There's sort of like a black swirling vortex around Sheena Neblin. But as Ralavin's possession fades, the vortex dissipates and the corpse remains.
Okay.
All right. What do you do next?
I think people are asleep.
Some people.
He just said he's in town. Ugh. I don't have the key to this manacle, do I? We didn't even discuss that part.
I think Pim has it.
Oh boy.
Yeah, we
They're
didn't discuss that.
examples.
Whose manacles were they?
Check if your echo thing came back on there, Ned. Okay. Yeah,
We
no,
good?
check if your echo your
Shoot.
echo thing switched off. Sometimes it does that when these Yetis mute and come back on.
These Yetis.
But no, I think the discussion of who has the key was off screen technically.
Technically, it was
discussing-
off screen, and I think technically we said it was Pim.
Yeah.
Sure, Pim has the key.
Okay, let's just say I am Gina's like
God damn it.
she's a child? Yeah, she's like gnomish. She's a gnome.
She's a young gnome,
Teenager.
like early 20s.
I'm gonna turn that heartbeat off.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. This teenager by gnomish years. I'm gonna bring her. I'll lift her up.
Okay.
Find a comfortable position, lift her up. Now I'm going. I have to do something about this. I'm going to Pim to try to get that key.
Okay, you're making your way over to Pim's chamber. You've got Gina kind of hoisted in your arms, and you start trudging your way up to Pim's cabin. Pim,
Yeah.
you're asleep. You're tucked in with Blereed, and Pen, and the three of you are tucked in on your human-sized bunk, right? You three smaller creatures, and as you are asleep, of course, you dream.
Uh-huh.
And as you are dreaming, Pim, you find yourself kind of wandering in your dream. You're walking in the Irenwud forest.
Oh.
Tall metallic trees reaching up into the sky around you. And as you are making your way through, you see up ahead airships drifting lazily in the sky. One looking something like the Yoka's Will. A couple looking a little bit like the goblinoid ships that you've seen, but not quite in the same thematic, same sort of goblin-esque theme. More, a civilized or like a traditional sort of airship sort of theme. And you see before you the Nebulance Skydock. As you're in this sort of dream state, you're walking. You know how in dreams you kind of move from scene to scene without necessarily a decent transition? You're going from the forest, watching the sky, and now all of a sudden you find yourself walking in the Nebulance Skydock, and you see Blereed hard at work under a ship on a ladder, just kind of hammering away, and she's wiping sweat off of her brow. And another head peeks up over the railing of the ship, and you see Umpin looking over, and he calls out to her. And suddenly appearing at his side, you see Gina, and you see the three Neblins, all hard at work on a ship in their skydock. A happy gnomish family, smiles shared. Gina, a descriptive element of Gina that I failed to mention is that as you look at her now in vampiric form, the one that Luna has with her, she has a streak of pale hair, evidence of her bleaching.
Mm-hmm.
In this dream, her hair is a vibrant pink. No bleaching present.
Is this a memory?
Roll an occultism check. I believe that is your spellcasting school or type, right?
Yeah.
Occultism?
It's not the best, but I'm good at occultism. It's a total of 17.
17?
Yeah.
You're not quite sure. 17, unfortunately, you're not sure what this is, what you're seeing. But as you are looking at this family, you see in Blereed's shadow spilling out from behind the ship a giant moth, kind of creeping along the outer edge of it. You see its wings, just a kaleidoscope of different colors and shapes, geometric patterns. These long, fuzzy antennae, similar to your own, kind of draping over the side of the ship. And you see in these multifaceted eyes different reflections of Blereed, different iterations of images of her. Some sad, some happy, some all various different settings in these giant reflective eyes of the moth as it kind of looms over and starts to kind of blot out the image of the dream before you. And suddenly there is a knocking at your door, and you are awakened, Pim, as Luna, you enter her cabin. Or do you knock, I imagine?
You're muted.
I might have just walked in, just opened. Well, check if the door is open and walk in there.
Just came on in, yeah. And you were awoken by the sound of Luna in your room, yeah.
You're awakened to me trying to find the key in your pocket.
Luna, what are you doing? If you want to mess around, you could have just asked.
I think he's gonna attack.
Oh.
Yes, Ralvin.
Oh.
He spoke to me through Gina.
Blurried
He
wakes up
Hold on.
and is freaking out.
Oh,
Starts like,
I was gonna
What's
leave the room. Shoot.
No, I mean they're all in the same bed. I started as soon as you start moving. Unless you want to try to go stealthily.
I was gonna think I'd try to sneak out and have a private conversation.
Okay.
If that's
go ahead,
okay.
roll stealth.
Okay.
She is in. I mean, you did cast a sleep
It's a
spell.
natural one. She wakes right up.
Yeah.
I like
unfortunately,
step
it's a
on
natural
her
one.
bladder. She probably has to pee really bad.
Yeah,
sorry.
You step on her
Sorry.
bladder and she starts tinkling in your bed.
Damn it.
No, Blurry wakes up, Pen wakes up, everybody's awake now. And they're like, "What's going on? Is Gina okay?
Oh, she's
Did something
okay.
happen?"
No, it's okay.
She's
Go back
fine.
to sleep. She's fine.
What? Roll diplomacy.
Okay.
Natural
one,
fucking one.
Really?
I'll cast sleep again. How about that?
Wait, no, I'm just good. If you actually do, go for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna put her to sleep.
Okay. Do I get a will save?
It is a will DC, yeah. Because she's not
Okay.
willing this time around. 25.
Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. There's a couple ways.
I rolled
to
a
go to
19
sleep.
on the dice.
19, what's the total? For a will
I don't
save?
know, not a stat block for Blurried. Hang on.
25 is a high DC. What do you think?
25.
She has more than plus
I don't
6.
feel like role-playing her, so yeah, she does. It works.
Okay.
Dice be
Go to
damned.
sleep.
She's like, oh.
And I think as Pim is freshly awakened, her antenna are sort of glowing a little bit, just as a flavor thing.
Yeah.
What's wrong? What do you say?
We go out to the hallway and have a
Yeah,
conversation.
you're in the sensor room where Oka's like essence is housed.
Yeah.
He spoke to me through her,
What did he
through
say?
Gina. He has some kind of plan. Or not plan. He's not a planner. He's going to do something. He said he was in the town right now.
Shit.
I tried. The reason I locked myself to her is because I had a feeling he would try and communicate through her to me, and he did. So I'm not sure exactly where he is. I tried to trace the magic, but it just didn't work. But
Okay. Let's we should head into town. We should go after Lycus and Ednor.
we need to. Hopefully, Blurry doesn't see this. We need to lock Gina
Yes.
to the
Let's lock
bed
her
stool
and take the key with us.
right. So we could lock her in the med.
Let's
One
just,
of the rooms.
Let's just put her in the cell. Yeah. It's for everyone's safety. I think we should do it.
Okay. We'll do that. If Blurry finds out, though.
I'll deal with
Oh
her.
well, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, put her in the cell with a
You guys
nice,
A nice bed of straw and blankets.
All right.
and
So you guys.
lock her there and take the keys with us. And I'll just leave a little note for Blurried.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave a note and say, I'm sorry. I had to do this. Please forgive me. We'll see you soon. Pim.
Okay. The note is left.
Did I
And
get
the two of you?
Did I get a rest?
No.
Oh, a short rest at least.
Yeah, you guys had like. There's no like short rest quite like thing.
True.
You get the 10-minute thing, so you guys had that already, kind of, on the ship ride over.
But I didn't get
So that's 2
my
sleep spells
spells
down.
back.
Yeah, no spells.
Fudge.
You guys are on the move. Okay, so Pim and Luna, you deposit Gina in the brig of the Oka's will. You make sure she's comfortable, and with the doors locked, the two of you somewhat
And
exhausted.
Oh, we've hit the fatigue stage?
No.
Or
Not fatigued yet,
I'll say
but
that
just
we-
not full resources.
I would say we'd want to probably meet up with Edenor, because we knew Edenor was going to the church.
You know, I don't know where to go.
Yeah, I think we'll probably head into
And
the
if there's-
church.
And just to meet, because we know Edenor is there, just to meet up with one of our members of the party, and because that's probably the most likely location rather than might show himself, because he has a link there. That's where we're gonna head.
Okay. You two start making your way towards the Temple of Korome. Edenor and Lycus, the two of you are already at the Temple of Korome, and the two of you are the center of attention just outside the temple on its steps, where you have just pressed a cold iron statuette to the neck of a vampire who is now turned back to you and is hissing and spitting at you. And that right there is where we will pick up with session 44 of Sandsea Saga when we are back in a couple of weeks.
Oh, Magweed.
Lycus, you are muted.
Lordy,
I was just saying,
lordy.
can we play for like one more hour?
You got a
Vampire
vampire.
Masquerade.
See you next time.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so mad I didn't get a rest. Fudge.
Yeah, when you burned that sleep, I was like, ooh.
Yeah, shouldn't have done that.
I didn't anticipate you guys getting into another fight tonight, but here we are.
The number of times we say that sentence at the end of our sessions is
Like,
like,
I think
will we
you need
ever
another
learn?
word for we. There's
See, I
a
didn't
specific
expect-
we here.
I didn't expect him and Luna to get into a fight.
What fight?
not in a
What fight did
fight.
we get into? What are you
Y'all
talking
are
about?
fighting. We are not fighting.
You're looking for the big bad. I'm just picking a little fight.
We're not going
You
there
went and
directly
stabbed
right
someone
now.
in the back of their neck.
Oh my god.
Yoink, you're mine.
Back of the
Stamp
neck.
of approval.
Well, we're gonna see how it all plays out. Vampires,
Oh my
temples,
God.
things going down.
Moth dreams.
All right. Moth dreams.
Oh my
What's that about?
God.
All right. Well, guys, hey, thank you so much for playing. Before we head out, just a quick round of goodbyes from our players. Who are you? Where are we? Who you played? Where we can find you? Starting with Hannah.
Hello, I'm Hannah. I've been playing Parmenia Knuckle, everyone's favorite charming gnome bard. And you can find me right here on Stealthy Elf Productions most of the time. Also, sometimes over on Tales Archived.
Trudish?
Nigel.
Trudish?
Yeah, Nigel played Lunazra. You can find me similar locations. Stealthy Elf, mostly. Or home 100% of the time.
Mostly or 100%?
Mostly 100%.
Mostly always.
60% of the time, it's 100% right.
Max.
I'm Max. I played good old Edenor today, and you'll only find me here. So you're just gonna have to tune in in 2 weeks. Yeah.
Yar.
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 Yar. And I'm Lycus, and I've been playing Ollie. Nope.
Wait.
I'm
Wait.
Ollie, and I've been playing Lycus.
No,
Hold
this
on.
could be true too.
It's going crazy.
You can, if you follow me on Blue Sky
Why?
at Lycus Stratus, you'll see some updated pics of what I've been drawing in the background of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a little update on what Editor will be looking like. Good stuff.
Oh.
That's exciting. All right. Guys, I've been your GM. My name is David, and I am the GM of all of the Heroes of Histaeria games. That includes Sandsea Saga, Unearthed Inheritance, and New World Rebellion. Session 1 and the 0 sessions of which are available over on YouTube. We have a podcast now. Check it out. And see us next week with Unearthed Inheritance coming back from break as well.
Woohoo.
Guys, I've missed you. Thanks so much for playing, and we'll see you next time. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.